Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need a mortgage that fits your life? Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Jake Asman.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. You can get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. We will get to what Clint Capela had to say about the New York Knicks coming up in just a moment, but some breaking news here from Adrian Wojnarowski. He just tweeted moments ago, Boston Celtics president of basketball operations, Danny Ainge, is seriously considering his future with the franchise and could make a decision to step down. I don't know if this is truly a step down. This is more like, hey, we need you to step down so we don't have to fire you. Danny Ainge, if you want to blame anyone for the Celtics' regression this year, to me, it's way more Ainge than it is Stevens. I don't think Brad Stevens just forgot how to coach. But the Celtics have had a talent exodus over the last couple of years. They never replaced Gordon Hayward. They replaced Kyrie with Kemba. And in theory, that should have worked out okay because Kyrie Irving was a head case in Boston and obviously, was injured and whatnot. But Kemba's had the same problems. And he's not as good of a player when both guys are healthy. So Ainge possibly stepping down probably shouldn't be a huge surprise. Although, we had Brian Barrett, who covers the Celtics for WEEI on our show last week. And, Brian was like, I think Ainge is just never going to step down. Like, he's just going to do this job forever. He has a job for life. But, man, that is seriously a significant thing if Ainge ends up stepping down. More on that story as more news comes about. Ultimately, though, the Celtics' regression to me way more to do with Danny Ainge than, Brad Stevens just forgot how to coach. I don't buy that for a second. Now to Clint Capela. Clint Capela of the Atlanta Hawks, I believe, committed a cardinal sin. You never talk trash to a team that's already dead, to a team that you've already dominated until the job is finished. If you want to talk trash about the Knicks after you eliminate them, you know what? You won the series. That's your right. But talking trash to the Knicks when they're down 3-1, still alive, and have Game 5 in their building, that to me is not worth it if you're Clint Capela. If you missed it yesterday, this was Clint Capela talking about the New York Knicks.
They're trying to play tough. I mean, push our guys around and talk, but we can do that too. And we show them as soon as they came back here that we can push guys around too. We can talk as well. So what you gonna do about it? And we can get a win with it. So what you gonna do about it? Oh, Game 4, you're coming back again. Well, it's gonna happen again. We win the game, we talk shit and we push around. So what are you gonna do about it? So that's what happened. We can do it too. We can be physical, but we can win games as well. And now we're coming to your home to win this game again. They send you on vacation.
What's the point of those comments? Look, I'm glad he said it. It gives us something to talk about. As a Knicks fan, I'm glad he said it because I think, maybe that's the spark the Knicks need. When athletes say they don't care, whatever, we're not focused on that, like what Randall and, Derrick Rose said yesterday when asked about those comments. They could say that, but these guys are competitive maniacs. These guys are always looking for doubters to use as motivation. So when an athlete says they don't care, I don't believe them. I think the Knicks care. And I think Clint Capela gave the Knicks some added motivation here. And Clint Capela now is going to incite the MSG crowd to be even louder tonight at the Garden, of course. The Knicks fans going to be even crazier now. And I just don't think there's really a huge win for Capela by trashing the Knicks there. Why say anything? You're already up 3-1 in the series. Why put more pressure on you and your team when there was already going to be pressure on you guys to win this series now that you're up 3-1? For the Knicks, this series was house money. Yeah, I didn't want the Knicks to lose. I'd prefer them to not lose at home tonight and at least get back to Atlanta for a game 6. But for the Knicks, they're playing with house money, and now Atlanta's adding more pressure to themselves. And the MSG crowd is going to be coming after Clint Capela tonight. Maybe his move all along was, let me take some heat off Trae Young and put it on myself, but I don't think that's the case. It's not like Trae Young can't handle it. He's played really well with the crowd booing him and chanting at him and all that. I think this is a mistake. It might not end up mattering because the Hawks just look like they're the better team than the Knicks, but man, I don't need to remind Atlanta sports fans of your recent history failing to close out games, playoff series. You know the recent history, 28-3. You had last year the Braves blowing a 3-1 lead. The Falcons blew a million leads over the last couple of years. The Knicks might have the Hawks exactly where they want them, down 3-1 in the series. And if you're the Knicks, you win game 5 tonight. You go to Atlanta where the pressure's all on the Hawks to win. You steal game 6. Hey, you come back to the Garden for game 7. Anything happens. That's how you got to look at it. I just don't think Capela should have said that. I don't think it does his team any good. It might not matter because, once again, the Hawks just appear to be better. But you couldn't wait one more game before you wanted to talk that trash. If he says that after the series, I mean, look, his team won. What are you going to do? I think it's a risky proposition, though, there for Clint. Am I wrong, Ron? What's your take on Capela's comments about the Knicks with his team up 3-1 in the series, trying to get the closeout tonight at the Garden?
Just gamesmanship. All players talk. He just got caught on a mic. Well, he didn't get caught, but he's just saying what probably all Hawks Nation is thinking.
I'm sure they're thinking it, but do you really want to put that out there into the universe? Series not over just yet. Teams have come back down 3-1 before.
Yeah, but
Knicks have game 5 in their building tonight. They won game 2 there. They nearly won game 1 there. All of a sudden, you get it back to Atlanta, and
no, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, the Knicks haven't really been playing all too well.
They have not.
You know, and I think that's part of the issue. That's where maybe the sense of security comes from, and being able to say something like that and not have it be bulletin board material.
Oh, it's bulletin board material.
No, I know it is, but not to the extent of, you know, hey, this was our rallying cry. This is our remember the Alamo.
This is one of those comments where if the Knicks end up coming back to win the series,
you're going to point to it.
It is going.
You're going to say that was it right there.
Well, Capela then kind of becomes the face of the collapse in a sense. If the Knicks, I'm not saying the Knicks are coming back. I don't think they are. I think they could win tonight and, you know, make it interesting in Atlanta. But I can't sit here even as the most optimistic Knicks fan in the world and tell you they're coming back. But if they do come back, these comments are going to be played over and over again.
If the Knicks come back, will you refer to this as the Capela collapse?
Yes, I will.
From the Hawks.
I will. If the Knicks come back, Clint Capela becomes maybe the face of the collapse here. Look, 3-1 is not insurmountable.
Would it be Capela collapse or Capela curse?
The Capela curse would probably fit a little better. You're right.
But don't we need an extended amount of time, though, right? A curse can't just be one series or a few games.
Well, the curse would be he cursed his team when they were up 3-1. All
right, maybe that's it.
And they blew the series. I'm not saying the Knicks are coming back. But what I am saying is I don't think there was much of a win here for Capela.
Yeah, but what you guys need more than anything is for that most improved player of the year to actually show that he's the most improved player of the year.
Well, what we need the most improved player of the year to do is be the most improved player in this series. Meaning I need Julius Randle tonight to have one of those games like he did so many times in the regular season where he goes for 30, sets the tone, and the Knicks win on home court. Look, you don't want to lose at home. If they lose in 6, there's no shame in that. You don't want to lose at home, though. You don't want to give Trae Young the satisfaction of coming back to the Garden and ending the Knicks season. You don't want to give Clint Capela the satisfaction of coming back to MSG after he trash talks you and wins. Show some pride tonight, Knicks. Win this game, get it back to Atlanta, and let's see if the Atlanta Hawks start choking like Atlanta teams do.
O'Reilly.
Get more miles on the road with O'Reilly